Okay, my little party monsters. Today I'm going to show you how to counterproof on a block print. I know most of you have already done this. This is just a catch up if you missed anything or if you need a refresher. So you'll need your block, an extra block, a clean one, a piece of paper, a brayer, not a roller, a brayer, a baren, and ink and a plate. So I've already put ink on this plate, and you don't need much because you're only doing one print. So the idea behind a counterproof is to make a print from a print. We are going to need to first make that print on a print. So notice I have several pieces of paper. I'm taking the dirty piece of paper and I'm putting it underneath so I don't get ink all over my measuring mat. So rolling out my ink. Remember, lift and roll, change directions. The goal is not to get ink as far as you can on the plate. Covering the plate doesn't do you any good. All it does is dry your ink out faster. So, we're going for sound, we're going for a nice sharp sound, and we're going for dots instead of scales or lines. And that looks pretty good in the light. So I'm going to roll it on my block. This is linoleum. This works on linoleum, rubber, or wood. Any relief printing you do, you can counterprint like this. Now, that's rolled, that's inked, okay? I am now going to print it. And to do that, I'm going to move it off that because I don't want these little bits of ink on the paper to get on my print. More important when you're doing your final runs, but we might as well go through all the motions. So, taking my baren, making a print. Look at that embossment showing up on the other side. That's pretty. That knows we did enough. So, we have a print here. It's not perfect. Do I think it's a little dry? Yes, I do. I'm going to do another print just because with linoleum, unlike rubber, sometimes you have to do one or a couple prints just to get it properly saturated with ink. We call it charged is the word, actually. So I'm going to do another print because it doesn't take long and the ink's here anyway. And we really need the proper amount of ink to make this counterproof. So that's better. Perfect? No, absolutely not. But it's better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my block right on top of that print on the paper. Set it, slide it off the edge of the paper table, trying to hold on to it so it doesn't slide. Okay, now if I did that right, it hasn't slid and the paper is right on top of the block, right where the ink needs to be. So I've got to really press hard with this. And hard enough so that my tripod starts adjusting itself, which is not the goal. But, and when I come off, I now have a print on the rubber block. So what we have here is we have a print, a proof, a block, a proof, a counterproof. And if you look at the directions, my block, my letters are backwards. My print, my letters are forward. My counterproof, my letters are backwards again. These should match. So that now I know when this dries, now I know that the counterproof, if I'm going to do a straight reversal, all I have to do is carve all the areas that have ink already and leave behind the bare areas. So I'm cutting out the border, I'm cutting out the shape here, and I'm cutting out these letters. And that'll give me a reversal, a negative to the positive of this color. So when I do it in two colors, all the white on this paper is going to look whatever color I choose to be. Okay?